Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome back to another advanced guide. This time we are updating the White Mage as of patch 7.2, a simple yet powerful class that has fit into every meta ever since patch 6.1. A role I would highly recommend picking up whether you are a new player or a regular, and is a very welcome change of pace after playing so much tank and melee. Today I shall be covering your combos and actions, strengths and weaknesses, alongside a couple of scenarios. Let's jump right into it. Glare Free is your most basic damage spell. With a cast time of 1.4 seconds, it is common practice to learn how to slide cast with short spells like this. With a 25-yard reach and 6000 damage, Glare Free is your poke tool, whilst waiting on your stronger abilities. Next is your Glare 4, which upgrades from Glare Free under your Seraph Strike. This new version is an instant cast with a 25-yard reach, dealing 9000 damage to your target and all nearby within 5 yards. Upon use of Seraph Strike, you are given 3 charges of Glare Free to use within the next 20 seconds. Onto your next instant cast of Flatus Misery, 25-yard reach with a 5-yard AoE radius, dealing a nice and simple 12,000 damage, good for cleaning up fleeing targets. Or to combo off with your other abilities, the Seraph Strike, hands down one of the best gap closing abilities going out of all of the PvP jobs. This can be used from 20 yards dashing to your selected target with an AoE range of 10 yards. Firstly deals 6000 damage to all struck. You and all party members within that 10-yard radius receive an 8% damage taken reduction for the next 10 seconds. This also grants you those 3 stacks of Glare 4, and to top it all off triggers Cure Free. A small combo I enjoy utilizing is to cast Glare Free right into Seraph Strike and a Flatus Misery. It is a nice and simple burst combo, which works amazing rushing into enemy teams, able to steal more kills than you would think and earning fast battle highs. Last on the damage we have your Limit Break, the Afflatus Purgation, which I have come to learn is on the borderline of being busted. This Limit Break has a huge 40-yard reach, dealing damage to all within a 40-yard straight line for a quick and easy 20,000 damage. Every target struck receives the effect of stun, whilst regen is applied to yourself and allies within a 30-yard radius for the next 15 seconds. With this Limit Break you can stop pre-made plays before they even happen up to 40 yards. You can even stun fleeing teams, giving your alliance the chance to catch them. And with big team fights, straight line attacks have the potential to hit many more players. If there was ever an action to abuse as the White Mage, it is your Limit Break, and with a very nice 60 seconds charge time, it would be a waste not to utilize. The previous combo can be taken one step further. Glare Free, Seraph Strike, a Flatus Misery into your Limit Break. Let's talk utility, starting with the Aqua Veil. Instant cast with a 30-yard range. This provides an 8000 barrier. Aqua Veil will also nullify 1 status affliction. If a status affliction is removed, the barrier potency is doubled. What makes this action so good is you can cast this upon yourself and allies. Perfect for the buddy up system. Here is my focus target macro to maximize your buddy's potential. Next up we have the Miracle of Nature, a pesky little spell which has been nerfed due to how powerful it once was. Instant cast with a 10-yard reach, you forcibly transform your target into a little imp, lasting for 2 seconds, which can now be cleansed by Purify. That same target loses 2500 MP, and this spell works wonders on targets around the 50% health mark or lower, and is very powerful for taking down hard to kill roles such as tank and melee. For example, the Gunbreaker and the Viper. This also fits into the earlier combo, Glare Free into Seraph Strike and a Flatus Misery, ending with the Miracle of Nature. Your first healing action is the Cure 2, which can be cast from 30 yards with the same 1.4 second cast time, making it easy to slide cast. You can hold up to 2 charges and cure for 12,000. Here is my macro for a focus target. The Cure 2 and Aqua Veil macro together will make your life so much easier. Your last action is the Cure Free, and will be your main go-to to actively heal the team, which is why you often see White Mages with crazy high healing numbers. Cure Free is ready right after your Seraph Strike, that can be cast from 30 yards with a 10-yard radius. The player you cast this on receives a 16,000 heal, with all within 10 yards of that player receiving a 12,000 heal. This allows you to heal right after an aggressive engage. The full aggressive combo that I like to use is to open with Stone Skin 2 and Aqua Veil, Glare Free into Seraph Strike and a Flatus Misery. Follow up with the Miracle of Nature ending with your Limit Break. Most times your first target drops instantly, with those around moments later. Here is my macro for Cure Free to complete this trio of pocketing your buddy. Your last decision is your role actions. First is the Haleen, which right now I find to be of no use, unless you want to go as pure raw healing whilst giving up your own MP. I personally find Stone Skin 2 to be the best with the White Mage, as it combos perfectly into your aggressive pushes and defensive plays. But Diabrosis can be just as effective, weakening target's healing done by 33%. That also doubles as an extra ranged AoE attack. Base your pick around a playstyle you have for that round, and switch accordingly if you feel the need to do so. For strategy, let me demonstrate a high-risk aggressive counter-push defense, positioned above the Immortals. I chose a target for the Glare, Afflatus and Seraph Strike combo, catching players off guard opening with burst damage, before going right into the defenses with Aqua Veil and Stone Skin. Now I have access to instant cast damage and healing for the counter-push, and with guards still available I can push forward with the team, successfully holding the choke, whilst the blue team get third-partied by yellow, earning a early Battle High 1, as a White Mage with high Battle High is no joke. The second act demonstrates just how active the White Mage can be. There is almost no downtime, with no reason to be standing around. I begin by chipping away at the yellows as my limit break is near, sticking close to the team until the opportunity presents itself. I land an imp on a weakened dragoon securing the team kill, followed by the limit break into the monk and their team, which now triggers regen as we push further into yellow. This entire time, I'm keeping my eyes on that minimap for the blues' attempt to third party. The moment they move in, you turn to counter-strike, catching a red mage out in the process. This ability to stay mobile and change up your playstyle on the fly can make you much harder to kill, even though the White Mage itself is a squishier target. This also means you never miss the timings to back up team plays, and is why you fit so well into every single meta, making the White Mage the ideal starting class for beginners. Next, a demonstration of the White Mage acting as a pocket. In this case, I am backing up Bunny on her warrior, a heavy brawler who I will be giving Stone Skin and Aqua Veil to on cooldown. Right off the bat as she dives in, all focus turns her way, with Aqua Veil and her own Purify pushing through CC spam. The warrior's Primal Rend mass stuns, presenting the opportunity for myself to dash in, earning my first kill. At this point, not only did we dominate the team opening fight, we now have full control over this battle. Bunny is free to continue moving in with full health and full MP, positioning myself just close enough to aid in support and damage. That simple act of pre-pocketing one good player was the only requirement to continually push through the yellow team as they stagger, and after some cleanup the team is free to rotate out, with a good start to our battle highs. Here is a prime example when everything falls into place, as the Immortals luck to push us back. Bunny engages on Warrior with a mass stun, setting up the team for success. Limit breaking here and following up with the Seraph Dash, the entire blue team instantly dropped. This is why playing the White Mage solely for its healing ability is far less than ideal. As a White Mage you need to be as active as your alliance. One final scenario, showcasing what I mentioned earlier about your limit break, being able to stun fleeing targets, giving your team the chance to follow up. As the counter push begins, blues are quick to retreat. Bunny tries to get her Primal Rend off, however she is just slightly out of range. This is where my 40-arm stun takes over, giving my alliance the chance to dogpile in. This sets up the team momentum to keep pushing, and the advantage as we earn battle highs and reduce the enemy numbers, going from no battle high to battle high 2 in just one push. And with a mode such as frontline, you need to balance having both battle highs and the objective. Battle highs makes it easier to counterfight and take nodes, but no battle high means you get stumped by the enemy teams. For your strengths, we have powerful support. With access to Cure 2 and Cure 3, combined with the Aqua Veil and Stone Skin, a single White Mage is capable of not only pocket healing, but can also push the team through to survive through tough encounters, which then turns into steamrolling the enemy as they have nothing left to give. Burst damage. Whilst not the most insane damage-wise, your burst is still something most players do not respect, giving you the element of surprise. Going from standing around casting basic spells, to suddenly jumping a target with AoE effects and crowd control, able to claim kills on anyone who is not prepared, and plays into every meta. Beginner friendly. The White Mage has a nice and simple kit, and this kit is very fluid, making it extremely easy to pick up and learn. This simplified kit always has something to give in every situation. Duo play. The White Mage is a very powerful duo partner. Your ability to pocket can make tanks and melee almost unstoppable, if they are utilized on the right player, and is a very common sight within frontline. And last up is your ability to counter. The combination of the Miracle of Nature and Shield Access allows a good White Mage to counter every single limit break, A Samurai going in for the instant kill, you pop Aqua Veil or Stone Skin. A Viper going in with their Backlash Limit Break combo, you can turn them into an Imp. There are so many ways in which you can influence a fight, and is why the White Mage has stayed dominant in both frontline and crystalline conflict. Dive is perhaps your biggest weakness, as you do not have abilities in order to escape. And should you get dove, this often means you burn through your shields, healing and even the Imp, in order to protect yourself, in which time the enemy can quickly switch to another target, who you will then be unable to assist. The team you have can heavily influence what you can get away with. Passive and outskilled teams leave you desperately struck waiting for players to get their act together, as if you are forced to make a play alone. Should a few enemies turn your way, it is game over. And last up is the healing. Now your healing is strong, however Cure 2 is locked behind cast times. This leaves you open and vulnerable, which can also be interrupted with CC. And accessing Cure 3 requires some risk beforehand. This means that if your team is in full retreat mode, you get no chances to actually do some healing. And there we have it, the fundamentals to playing the White Mage as a patch 7.2. I highly encourage you all to give it a shot. It is far more fun than it might seem. A perfect class to earn some extra wins to climb in crystalline conflict, or to earn your missing frontline mounts. Thank you all for the continued support. And a big thank you to you, Whitney Rogers, for becoming a channel member. Happy hunting, and I shall see you all in the next one.